Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this player review with me, boy FIFA 1 HD. We'll be taking a look at the 84 rated Erling Haaland. Before we do, as always, if you enjoy the video, smash that like button, that will really help me out. And if I can help you guys out in any way possible, if you have questions about this card, the team, FIFA 21, ask away in the comments. I love answering your guys' questions. So, we've seen the position and the team that we've played him in. Now we're going to have a look at his overall attributes, and he does have that high work rate, which will put some people off. Preferred foot being left, 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, but he does come with some very attractive stats. 84 pace overall is not too bad. Acceleration is a little bit slower, but once he does get going, he does have the sprint speed to break away from defenders. Shooting wise, decent, very solid overall. Some of the best stats on the card are in this column. Attack positioning, so good there at 86, finishing at 87, then incredible shot power at 93, good long shots, good volleys and good penalties also. Passing column is pretty dreadful, to be honest. Apart from short passing, which is usable at best, it's all pretty dire. That's not too bad overall. You wouldn't expect his crossing and long passing, even maybe his free kicks to be that great, but maybe a little bit more on the vision and short passing would have been nicer. Dribbling wise, again, not the best. Agility and balance do lack. Dribbling, ball control and composure are okay, but not the best either. Defensively, not really anything there. Heading and jumping also lacks. Stamina, strength and aggression though, very decent. And he does come with the speed dribbler trait. So now that we've seen those attributes guys, let's jump into some in-game footage and hear what I thought about him. So my overall thoughts on Erling Haaland were that he was a very fun player to use 90, maybe 85% of the time. You know, when he had the opportunity to shoot, he was electric. So good. The ball left his foot and it just flew into the top corner. He was able to score some really good goals from tight angles, ones you'd expect him to score. He was very deadly in front of goal with the ball at his feet. But there are a lot of things on this card that do detract from it. I actually paid 120k and I've hung on to him for a little bit now, and his price has drastically dropped to around sort of 90k, which I still think is a little bit expensive for this card because he doesn't have a high rate, and 84 isn't really that high, so he's not going to be great for SBCs or anything like that if he was maybe rated 86, 87. And then there are an awful lot of things that do detract from the card. His acceleration isn't the best, he's not very quick. Dribbling wise, not really there either, and his passing was absolutely god awful. That is something you will have to contend with. The amount of times I played the ball into him, he was my focal point up top, and he wasn't really able to play the ball off neatly so that then he could tuck in behind and try and create himself a chance. That didn't happen as much as it did with other strikers that I've used because his passing was so poor. It would go astray, it would be incepted, and it just would not be the front foot attacking sort of zippy passing that I'd want from my striker and my players around him. And it didn't happen because Haaland could not do it. And his dribbling wise, obviously doesn't have the pace really to go past too many people because of the acceleration not quite being there. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but it isn't electric and it won't appease a lot of Ultimate Team players who love really pacey strikers. And I can let go that pace if I have more on the strength, really good ball control and dribbling and decent enough passing, because that I think accounts for a different style of play. But Haaland, while he does have the strength and he has the aggression, which I really liked, he's not great aerially. His balance and agility are really poor, and he doesn't really have the ball control and dribbling at the standard that I would like to be able to use him. And then obviously the passing side of things, not really there. So overall, he's a player that isn't that great in the air. He doesn't really have the best dribbling in the world. He's not really able to do that. Pace is usable, but not amazing. Shooting wise, fantastic, and that's where he really is great. If you're using him in maybe like a formation with 2 strikers or maybe a cam, something like that, then you can have other players do that work for him. And if you like to get it wide, then maybe it's not so much of an issue. Don't get me wrong, I mean, as you'll see in these clips, he still scored me an awful lot of goals, but just overall, I didn't think he was the best player in the world and didn't warrant that sort of price tag. If he was more around sort of 40 to 60k, I think well worth the coins, but still, even at 90,000, I think it's a little bit pricey, and I wouldn't recommend him overall at that price point. Very good player, definitely will score you a lot of goals, but still a lot of things lacking in his game, which is why he is adequately rated at 84 in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and peace.